Hey guys, I'm Moonless Neptune and this is my channel Sobriety and Anxiety. I appreciate you guys joining. If you're a newcomer, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, if you like the channel, if you like what you see here, because I know it took some time out of your life to watch this video. If you are a recent viewer from my last video and still haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. I'll wait. Okay, let's get into it. So like I mentioned in my last video, I am a homebody. I don't like to get out and I like to drink at the house. That includes family gatherings, so I'd be outside getting high while nobody saw because I felt like I could hide that a little better, which I doubt I could, but in my mind I could. So I would use that as a filter until I was able to make an excuse of why we need to get home so I could go to the closest liquor store and get some alcohol, and then I could start my day. And that was a horrible way to go about things because I missed out on a lot of things, like family gathering for the first mention. I missed out on that. I could have had a lot more fun than what I was having because my mind was just thinking about liquor, beer, getting high, and that's all it was thinking about. So I wasn't having really any fun and it was horrible. My mind is a crazy place and I'm sure yours is too, telling you things like you need to get drunk, you need to get high. This would be a whole lot funner if we were drunk or high. I know mine did, and it drove me up the wall because I literally could not do anything unless I had liquor. It was a big problem. I missed out on going to the park with my kids and having fun there. I didn't want to go because I wanted to get home and I could drink. Yes, I could drink up at the park, obviously, but my wife would beat me. So I try to not drink all the time. Sometimes I would be drunk, but most of the time I would have to wait until I got home because I didn't want to cause a giant fight. So I missed out on having fun with them at the park. I almost said the zoo again for some reason. I don't know why I always think about the zoo. I want to go to the zoo. Anyways, so I'd miss out going to the park with them. I'd miss out on all the family fun that we could have been having and all the smiles and all the pictures and everything like that. I would go to restaurants with my wife and kids and I would make sure that I picked one that had liquor. That way I could continue my drinking. I would order food and just decide that I wanted to drink instead of eat. I would think I could be a cheap date and just not go ahead and eat so I can drink, and that became a big problem because I ended up drinking myself to 98 pounds. It was horrible. And that was another reason why I didn't like to go out, is because I was so thin. I know I'm thin now, but I'm actually 140 pounds, so I'm getting my weight back. Actually, I think this is the biggest I've been in since I was 11. Probably at the weight of an 11-year-old. But it's getting better, and I feel a little bit better about my body. So that was a big play in there. I've hated that I always had to find some place that had I had to have liquor. That was just so annoying in my brain. It's exhausting trying to find where and what you can do so you can drink. Have you ever thought about that? How exhausting it is to just figure out how you're gonna drink? It's just overwhelming sometimes. Like I said, I used to stay up late at the house listening to sad songs, and that wasn't a lie. I stayed up late, sometimes till the sun would rise, and I'd still be sitting on my couch just listening to sad songs about depression, anxiety, people that want to quit but they can't. Would sit there in my chair, this chair right over here, crying to myself thinking, why can't I quit? Why can't I get over this fear of just letting go? Why couldn't I just say no? It just became a thing, a big habit of mine that I couldn't break. No matter how hard I tried, it was like chains that were wrapped around me, and someone choking you, and you just can't break free. It was a horrible feeling. And And then I would cry to my wife, and she would be like, yeah, I heard this sad song again. Here we go, another crying fit of my husband, which I cried in front of me more times than he should. But it only happened when I was drunk, and I would just break down because repeating the same thing over and over and over, because I didn't feel like anybody really got it, because to me nobody could get it because they weren't me. So I would try to explain, try to say my side of the story, and she'd be like, I know. And I would just be like, you don't know, because this is how I feel. And I was really into my emotions, and it aggravated me. I hated that I was so into my emotions. But the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the wanting to quit, but don't know how. I actually tried one time for AA, called the AA hotline thing, and they set me up with some guy, and he took me to one of the AA meetings and gave me an AA book, and I went with him I think 2 times. The reason why he picked me up to take me is because I didn't have a car at the time, and I would cry at night because that was when I would be most vulnerable. I would start saying, man, I just want to quit. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. And he's like, well, then why are you drinking right now? Just don't drink another one. I was like, yeah. And then I would go and drink another one. And then the next day he would pick me up, and I was hungover, and we'd go to an AA meeting, and it was just, it just wasn't for me. I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to accept that this is how, and the only way I would have to get sober is having to go to these AA meetings. They are very boring if you're not wanting to quit. If you want to quit, but you're just like, I could still drink, or I'm wasting my time here, it's going to be super dull. And it's going to feel like there's just a bunch of old guys around you trying to tell you what to do. But most of those people have been through everything that you're going through right now. So they understand, but they are also in a repetitive thing because they've been there for years. For them, it's just another habit that they've got, which is going to an AA meeting and talking about their feelings and stuff like that, talking about how certain things have helped them so they can help certain people like you and me. And that's something I had to learn down the road, that it could seem mundane and boring, but these people actually have been where we are, and a lot of them have some crazy stories. I know you yourself probably have some crazy stories, and me myself, I have some crazy stories as well. I'll tell those later on, but right now you just have to understand that I know what you're going through when it comes to the AA meetings. They can be dull, but if you give it a chance, if you actually listen and take the time to hear them out and understand what they're trying to say, it'll start all piecing itself together. I never thought that I would be out of my couch not drinking. I didn't see a day that I wouldn't be drinking. I thought this was me. I actually had a friend back in the day. I told him I was going to stop drinking, and he was like, you're going to stop drinking? That's who you are. You don't need to stop drinking. And that one kind of got me. That's how people saw me, is I was an alcoholic. I didn't like that. That cut me deep. Did I stop drinking because of that? No, I didn't. That's not what turned me to stop drinking, but that did hurt me. So I know some people have told you certain things and maybe told you this is who you are, this is what you're going to be, but they're not the main character in your story. You are. So you need to realize that you have some importance. You have things in your life that you are good at. You just have to find them. And yes, drinking is a part in all of our lives during that time, and we think that we can't ever do anything better than that, to do something other than drinking. It sounds pretty dull and boring, but I can tell you right now, it's not. Once you get past the initial stage of, oh my gosh, I need a beer, oh my gosh, I need liquor, oh my gosh, I need that pipe, oh my gosh, once you get past all that, you start to understand that that's just the thing holding you back, not the thing pushing you forward. So I encourage you guys to put one beer down, just put one aside, don't drink it, don't drink the last beer, just set it aside, try to wean yourself off, or do it cold turkey. I encourage you guys to just take that step. I know it's a big step, and it's probably will be the biggest step you've ever taken, to be honest, in your life. This one's gonna be a tough one, especially if you drank for years like how I did. You can get through it. I got through it, and we can get through it together. So I appreciate you guys coming to this channel. If you haven't pressed the like and subscribe, go ahead and press that. I appreciate you guys coming back. Go look at other sober videos and see how they did it. I encourage you to do that. I don't encourage you to sit around listening to sad songs about how life's horrible, because life is horrible. But it's what we make of our lives is what's going to push us forward. So you guys keep staying strong, keep coming back, and we'll do this AA group together. I appreciate you guys, and one love. Thanks, guys. Did I just do a peace sign? I did a peace sign. It's awkward.